All right, guys, welcome to my YouTube part two. If you watched last year when I did the live, I had just made $19,000 in one deal, and so much has happened since then. So I want to tell you guys about it. Um, it's definitely was a struggle and a bunch of learning situation, but I made it through. And the reason why is because I had great mentorship. I'm actually going to bring my apartment located mentor on first, Pierre Megie, and he's going to tell you guys a little bit about um, his program and how he helps other agents scale their apartment locating business.
How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, how's it going?
Good. You can hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. That means my setup is working. It's good to see you again, Angela.
It's good to see you too.
How
Thank you
you
for
doing?
coming on, by the way.
You're welcome. You like the new office? Check it out. One
I
leap
see. I
away.
love it. You're always doing something. So
Awesome.
I know we have about an hour, so I kind of want to
Yeah.
jump into it. I want to respect your time as well. Um, can you tell
Okay.
me a little bit about the Duck Hunter group and where it was last year and where it is now today?
Yeah, the internet's a little bit glitchy, but I heard the last thing you said. Can you repeat the first part?
Yes, I wanted to ask you about the Duck Hunter group,
Uh-huh.
where it was last year, and then
Yeah.
how much it's grown, and
Yeah.
where is that today?
Yeah, so the Duck Hunters Facebook group is the largest and fastest growing apartment locating niched Facebook group. So I think from last year, I think we've had 1,000 new members join. I think we were just under 1,000 or something last year. That's the Facebook group, which is free to the public. And as far as the students that have joined the coaching program, we're at just over 300 now. So it's been steady around about 100 or so students that actually invest in that want to learn more. So we're at over 300 now, and we did this year a few months ago start a brokerage firm that's focused on apartment locating. So we launched that a couple to like 2 months ago. So it's very very new, and we're at like a dozen agents or so. So those are the stats for now, and hopefully that number grows while more and more people learn about this industry that I think is still overlooked by most everyone, including
Yes.
realtors as well.
Mhm.
So
Right.
if you look at the number of active realtors in the market, it's actually grown to 1.5 or 1.55 million active realtors, while the apartment locator number, so the real estate agents that are taking advantage of locating, is still like 5,000 or less. So that is a really big difference, from 1.5 million realtors as opposed to 5,000 locators. Hopefully that helps your audience put it into perspective that a lot of professionals still don't really know about the niche that we're in, Angela. So I think that's interesting still.
Yes. So we get ready
Yeah.
to change that though. I see how it changed from last year to this year, and we
Yeah.
get ready to blow it out the water for 2023. And you just
Yeah.
recently actually just shared a success story about one of our fellow duck hunters. He's actually paralyzed. Could you
Yeah.
give us his story and tell us how he's been doing, what he's been doing?
Yeah, for sure. That would be interesting. Let's see. So he took the program. His name's Fernando. He's a really awesome guy. I had no idea when he invested in the program last April. So what is that, like eight or 9 months? So invested in the program, like barely asked me any questions. Similar to yourself, Angela. I didn't even really we didn't even really get to know each other until after you were receiving all of these great results, right? So Fernando was similar, like in your case when you went through the program. I didn't even know about you guys until you started receiving all of these great results. And so Fernando did that similar to your story. Started 8 months ago, barely asked me any questions, and then he joined. He's one of the agents that joined our firm. Our firm's not really for everyone because we don't provide leads to the public, but we're covering all of the software subscriptions and digital marketing tools that are necessary. So it made sense for Fernando to come over because he was already comfortable doing his own lead gen. So he came over to the firm, and then that's when he messaged me, and he was like, "Hey, I think asking about a certain workflow in how I teach to do the job. I think it was like follow up because I have all of my agents book on Calendly, and we're doing Zoom calls now with our clients to work remote. So he was asking me to like kind of alter the Zoom call step in our daily flows, and I'm like, why so? And he's like, well, I mean, I don't have use of my fingers because I'm of his paralysis. And we started talking a little bit about how uh, he was paralyzed at age 14 and sort of had to grow up with that and live with it. But unbeknownst to me, that he was dealing with that from investing, from getting results, and then from joining the firm. So that I thought that was an incredible story. Did you see the YouTube interview that we did with Fernando?
I did, and that's why I want to tell people. A lot of people have more excuses than they do affirmations.
Right,
This
right.
guy in here, he can't even move his body. All he has is the use of his head, like to turn, and he's up there doing apartment locating from
Yeah, I know,
home.
right?
I'm talking
That's so
about
awesome.
it's a good thing.
I couldn't make it up. I mean, I had no idea until he just asked me, simple question, and I asked why. I was like, why do you need to change in your daily flow? And he's like, well, I don't have the use of my hands, and we went into it, and I was so surprised. I'm like, you have to do a YouTube video with me and show everyone that you can still do this locator job remotely. Um, without having to do a bunch of paperwork or tour clients and do all of this normal real estate agent work you would normally do in person. So I think that's the thing, that's the competitive advantage or the big differentiator in this job niche, is that you can do real estate as an agent in a business niche that's not as challenging, doesn't really require any paperwork, and you can do it from home, and you can't really do that still as a realtor, because naturally with the business, there's lock boxes on the resale. People are considering and taking purchasing a house a whole lot more seriously than if they're just looking to rent for a year. So a lot of the business model with being a realtor, you can't really avoid having to do some work in person and putting in manual effort. So, but with locating, you can.
Yes. With
So,
locating, you can, but I do recommend still, and you do too,
yeah,
communicating with your clients. Even though you can do everything virtual,
yeah,
still build up a relationship with your clients. And
yeah,
my last question before you go. So you just started your own brokerage now. What
yeah,
makes your
recently.
brokerage different from other brokerages? And then how can other
Yeah.
agents join you if they want to join you?
Yeah, so the biggest, I think, competitive advantage with our firm over another apartment locating brokerage firm is really just probably the focus on digital marketing. A lot of the real estate industry in general traditionally struggles, I would say, with digital marketing. So, which websites to use, or sales funnels, and when to use them, and how to use digital systems for a lot of automating follow up. So real estate, it's not like it's an incredibly hard job to understand. People either want to buy houses or rent apartments, but a lot of what you do as a real estate agent is follow up and lead gen. So I think the biggest thing with us is that we try to really put a lot of focus into digital marketing. So a lot of your daily things that you do can hopefully be mostly automated. So at our firm, we the program sort of teaches and walks everyone through what I think the best way to work is in 2023 as a real estate agent. And then the firm that we offer now, that we just opened a couple months ago, it's like the difference there, instead of the coaching program we offer, is that we actually set up all the systems we teach in the program and then pay for all of the monthly subscriptions for all of our agents. So that's the real benefit, is that like the course is like, hey, here's step by step what you do, but when you join the firm, we set all of that up for our agents, so there's no way they could mess anything up. and then we fund all of the monthly dues. So that way the agents only have to worry about the normal broker agent split, which we're trying to be competitive with. So that's the biggest thing with us, is that, I try to always reach out and support my agents or students personally on Messenger, whether it's me voice chatting or responding to emails. But I would say the support that I try to bring to the table is a big competitive advantage. And then the fact that we focus on digital marketing and really trying to put together a system that is modern, that helps everyone make a lot of money and do their job, but without having to work as hard. Hence the digital marketing systems. So hopefully that answers the question. So if
It
people want to, if they want to learn more, the website is nal.rent. Pretty short.
Okay, guys. So what I'm gonna do is, even after this broadcast, is I'm gonna put all the links. So you're gonna have the link to join the brokerage. He also left us with some helpful resources. So after the broadcast, I'm gonna go ahead and download it to the YouTube channel, and then you guys can go and click the links. And
Hey,
thank you
and
so. Go
yeah,
ahead.
sorry. Before Angela, I just want to say I'm super proud of you and your success. I mean, you I think came out the gate with incredible results, and I think you've only doubled or tripled them this year with your big, like, high ticket retainer clients and the
Yes.
blanket leases. So that is really awesome to see you doing incredibly well with a little business niche of apartment locating. So I'm super proud of you.
Thank you so much. And before you go, I think I speak for every locator who has taken your course. I learned from you. Like, we really appreciate everything that you do for us, coming through, making sure you answer all our questions, changing lives. Because
Of course.
when I started, like I said, I did 19,000. Remember on my last YouTube,
Yeah, I
I
do.
did
I
a
do.
250,000 since then.
That's awesome. And
Yeah, so
that's freaking
we're
awesome.
getting ready to change the game of apartment located, and I'm glad to have you as a mentor.
Thank you. Thank you for the invite and keeping me in your inner circle. I really appreciate that, Angela.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, you're bye bye.
Bye-bye. All right, guys, that was Pierre. We're getting ready to bring our next speaker on, but first we are going to play a a ad from one of our sponsors.
Confusing, especially when you have the wrong information, right? I was where you once were, right? I was spending thousands of dollars on programs trying to learn about Airbnb, literally day in and day out. I was on YouTube and Google buying all these courses, and I had people tell me the wrong way on how to do it. Well, I finally figured it out, y'all. In less than a year, I've been able to grow my Airbnb business to over 40 doors and make over 7 figures in this industry and retire from my 6-figure nursing career. I want to help you, right? Wouldn't it be nice to have somebody on call, direct access to them, to give you that blueprint? That's what I'm doing. I have my mentorship program designed to give you the blueprint, to make sure you don't experience all the pitfalls that I experienced along the way, right? This is not a get-rich-quick scheme, okay? I'm gonna put you to work. There's gonna be a lot of hard work involved, right? If you're afraid of rejection, you don't have the confidence, don't call me. If you think you're gonna get rich next week, I can't help you. This is a business that you have to be serious about, and you gotta be willing to put the work in. If you're ready to take your business to the next level, I'm your girl. Make sure you get into my mentorship program.
That was our multiple streams queen. Make sure y'all text Airbnb to 33777 to learn more about her mentorship. And I'm telling you guys, you definitely want to learn from her. I'm telling you what I know. All right, so we're gonna bring up our next speaker. Her name is Elizabeth Hooper, and she is a graphic design expert. She does taxes, websites, and everything else. Let me bring her on the screen 1 second. Hey, Elizabeth.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm glad that you decided to come on and give us some of your gems.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna keep you long because I know it's Saturday night and you've been doing taxes all week, bookkeeping, websites, and graphics. So I just want to ask you a few questions, see if you can help our audience a little bit. Um,
Absolutely.
so my first question is, how important are graphics, right? And why is it important for you to not only have graphics but high quality graphics?
Whew. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you. It's very important to have graphics because that's how people know your business. That's how they know who you are. And so if you don't have graphics, how are they going to know who you are? It's crazy because people have this, great idea like I'm going to start this business. I want to do this, I want to do that, but they forget about the branding, they forget about the marketing. They can sell all day long and, be out there in front of people, but if you forget about your graphics, the most important key is branding and the most important is marketing your business, then it's not going to get, to the next level that you're looking for. So it's very, very important to have, a creative team, have a person, or if you're doing it yourself, study the culture, study the moves, study how, what is the newest thing to, how's the newest graphic is looking. So I say it's very important and for any business owner to know about graphics. And why does one not only need graphics? Oh my goodness, but high quality graphics. I would say I have seen out of my course, out of years being a graphic designer, I have seen people that has paid low money and receive good graphics, and I have seen people that pay low money as well and receive horrible graphics. I've seen people that pay high money and receive horrible graphics. I've seen people pay high money and then receive great quality work. So it's really best for you to really have high, good quality work. You got to look at McDonald's. You got to look at Burger King, the people that have been here for years, right? Because these people are expert. They have studied history. They have studied their audience. They have studied the culture, and they have to make sure, hey, I got to stay on top of it. I got to beat my competitors. So I got to make sure I have high quality graphics. We no longer in Stone Age, Miss Angela. We are a new age where people want high quality stuff. I want the newest thing. I want to make sure my graphics pop out. It got to speak to my artist. It got to, when I pay high quality money for graphics, it got to speak to my audience and they have to call me. So I would say pick high quality graphics versus, low, like your everyday low quality, because people want to know. It's a lot of businesses out there, but what's going to set you different? What's going to make you want to do business with you?
Right. And thank you for that, because a lot of people miss that. A lot of people get on Canva and try to design something themselves, and then they don't have any design skills. And I'm not saying that to be rude, because you have to use what you have until you can get other graphics. So
Absolutely.
if you can't design, look on YouTube for some free design classes, because you definitely want to look like you're professional, as well as
Absolutely.
be professional. So another idea, question that I have for you is, where do you find ideas for graphic designs to keep them unique, even though there's so many graphic designs and graphic designers out there?
Yes. When I say it's a pleasure for a lot of graphic designer. I think of people that was, photographers, the old time way where they have to do everything in manual mode. And now they got this digital camera. So now everybody want to be a photographer, right? And so
Right.
like now in this world, it's so, everybody want to be a graphic designer. Everybody like, hey, I got this creative eye. I want to learn this new thing. And some people just doing it for like, just doing it for side money or whatever, or doing, whatever they want to do. But I would say where I get my ideas for my client, I like to find out who they are.
Mhm.
One thing about a graphic designer is that they love it when you come with something, right? If you're like, I don't know, just do something. Well, then we're like, okay, we don't know what to do. So I like to
Yes.
study and find out who the person is. And another thing, my mom, I love, which is Latasha Smith. I love it because she like taking me to different places and Kirkland's and we just go to retail stores, and I'm a person that I love creating it. So what I do is when I go into these stores or whatever, I'm looking at the color pattern, because Google got their own color pattern. But I would like,
Mhm.
oh, that color pops. I can use that as well, when I'm designing something for my clients. So I get my creative ideas when I'm going out at a retail place, or when I'm going to a furniture store and I'm looking at the color scheme, trying to see, oh, that color is gonna be nice. And not on that,
Mhm.
but I studied other graphic designers. There's nothing wrong with looking over on the other side of it. It's nothing wrong. We're not doing competition. It's just that, hey, I want to study to show myself approved. Look, no competition. Come on.
Just
No
promise.
competition. Let's collaborate. Let's just collaborate.
Mhm.
And so I love it because Instagram, you can follow these graphic designers and they are doing wonderful. They are doing the thing out there. And so I follow them and I study because I want to be relevant. I want to be current. And I'm like, taking these master classes, taking these free courses. And then, like you said, Miss Angela, go on YouTube and study. The Bible
Right.
says study to show yourself approved, right? So I got to study. I got to show myself approved in front of all these other people that's graphic designers.
Mhm. Right. Thank you for sharing that about how you find ideas. Another way you can find ideas too is like get on Pinterest,
Oh
uh,
my goodness.
get on Etsy,
Yes.
look at what people are already buying, and then don't duplicate it, but like remake it into your own thing.
No.
You can take a
Absolutely.
flyer and something that a flyer says and make it into a reel.
Come on.
So you just have to be resourceful with what you have. So my next question is, speaking of being resourceful, is so we know that there are a lot of free uh, design apps, so where people
Mm-hmm.
create
Oh my
stuff, and
goodness.
Canva being one of them. Is there any other free design softwares that the audience maybe can use to try to
Oh
create some
yeah.
better graphics?
Let me tell you guys, Canva is like my go-to. I know we say Canva besides Canva, but Canva is my new best
Canva to
friend,
go
guys.
to?
Like, like it has
Okay.
everything. It does it just like that. And the Pro
Mhm.
Edition, oh my goodness, the Pro. I don't sell Canva, but if you do not have Canva, get Canva, guys. That's my number one pick. There are so many apps out there. You have, for instance, I know some people probably not like it, but Fiverr. You have graphic designers on there and you tell them what you want and they will design your graphics. You got Poster My Wall, you got poster maker, you have elegant flyers are free flyers and templates and all kinds of stuff. You'll be shocked, like they have like everything that you need for Facebook. If you have
Mhm.
Adobe Photoshop and you can upload the PSD file and you can make it your own. I love it. It's easy for you because when you on a go, you just want something. Hey, I can do something real fast. And let's not forget EC or Etsy, wherever you want to call it, guys. Listen,
Did I say it wrong?
I probably said it wrong too. But listen, Etsy or Easy, they are phenomenal. You can say flyer template for whatever business or ministry you're in,
Mhm.
and they have templates like pools of templates. And guess what, guys? You can download when you purchase your template. It goes straight to Canva, and you can make it your own. So I'm telling you, it's so many apps out there. But if you want to know my number one pick, guys, it's going to be Canva. I'm telling you, they got a free count and they have a pro count.
All
Hands
right, so y'all heard that. Free Canva is her go-to, and she also dropped some other ones. If you missed it, y'all go back and watch the replay.
down, replay.
If Elizabeth, she does offer graphic design services, and she also builds websites at a really affordable price. So you can text graphics to 469-708-7587. All right, Elizabeth, thank you so much for coming on, and I can't
Oh,
wait for
thank
Niche
you.
Down Part 2. It's going down.
Yes.
All righty. All right, you guys. So I'm going to play another presentation from one of our sponsors while I bring the next speaker up. All right, guys, that was our sponsor, Unicom. If you guys want to work from home, you can email your resumes to contact at unicom.org. So our next speaker that we're bringing up is a realtor out of Dallas Fort Worth. Her name is LaKisha McGee. If you guys are from Dallas, you already know who LaKisha is. Y'all better not miss the bus, but we're gonna talk about that later. Let me bring her up so she can tell you guys how to go to real estate school. Oh, can you see us? Can you hear me?
I can see you. I can hear you. I don't know why. It says everyone can see me, but it's blank on my side.
Okay, well, we ain't gonna let the
Mhm.
devil win. We just gonna keep it going. Um, so thank you so much for coming on tonight. I hate that people can't see you. Maybe it's a glitch or something on the, and maybe it'll play later. I don't know. But Keller
I
Williams
don't
has
know.
this program where school is free, and you're not obligated. Okay. Oh, I thought you was coming on.
I stopped it, then just pushed it back. It's saying that it's up, but I don't know. But okay, I can see you. You look beautiful.
Thank you so much. So you say that Keller Williams has this school, and you're not obligated to stay with Keller Williams, but it's something that they wanted to do to give back to the community. Is that correct? Can you tell me a little bit about the school?
Absolutely. The school was designed because whenever you try to go to real estate school, it can be pricey. It can be pricey for some people. So Keller Williams wants to give back to the community, and they created K Score, which stands for Keller Williams School of Real Estate. So the way you get in is basically by just knowing someone like me who's affiliated with Keller Williams, and I say that because they don't necessarily have to be a realtor. They could, hold other positions, and we get you in. At our office, the Best Southwest office, we've kind of changed it a little bit because we had a influx of people who signed up for school, and as an office, we pay for that ourselves, right? And we don't charge you to go, but we had a lot of people that were not finishing the course. So we set you up to where we bring you in for career night to give you the ins and outs, because it's one thing to go to school. And I always say, to me, what school does is it teaches you how to stay out of jail. It doesn't teach you how to sell real estate. It doesn't tell you about all the things you don't learn in school. So we kind of give you a snippet at career night to make sure that you can really process what it takes to become a realtor, and not only become a realtor, but stay a realtor. I think I heard Pierre say something earlier about, staying in the business. Like you can get in the business, but you got to be able to keep up to be able to stay, because you're paying dues and fees and all of this. So if you're not producing, then you did all that schooling, and what did you really accomplish? So we want to kind of help you to go in with the mindset that, okay, yes, I'm going to school for free, but you have 6 months to complete it.
Mhm.
It's online, so it's at your own course. You do it at your own pace. But I offer a mentorship where I kind of put you on a schedule because we saw so many people failing at not, finishing the school, and then they come back and they say, oh, well, life happens, right? And nothing about that. We know life happens, but when you're serious about something and you want to make something work, you have to work around the situations that come up in life, because once you become licensed, life is going to continue to happen. So you can't stop your life just because, life happens. So, but yes, I'm saying, I like to say, we do offer school. We do get you in for free. One of the valuable assets of having me is that I don't just get you in school. I stay with you. I check on you. I help you to put a business plan together. I help you with training, and I give you the real of real estate. I took one of my mentees with me to a listing appointment at a homeless shelter. And she was looking around. She was like, I'm waiting for the cameras to come out. This cannot be real. I said, yeah, see, you don't learn this in real estate school, but this is real life.
Right. And that's just like when people that go to nursing school, they go to school to be a nurse, but then they get out into the real world and it's nothing like that. So we definitely appreciate people like you that and Pierre that holds that mentee's hand through the process, because it's definitely needed, especially with real estate school. And that brings me to my next question because you kind of answered it in the first part. How long does it take to finish the school? I believe you said 6 months. And then what does the scheduling looks like for somebody who wants to go to school?
It's totally up to you. It is 6 months. So you could get it all done in a week. I've had people get it done in 2 weeks. I've had people, it take them a few months. What I do in my mentorship program, and this is me, LaKisha McGee, don't miss the bus. This is not affiliated with Keller Williams. This is simply you signing up to get me and have me to walk side by side. I have a LaKisha McGee planner, and then I use the One Thing Big notebook. So I give my mentees a couple of things, right? But I give you the planner and I say, okay, so once you come to career night, the very next morning, I'm going to have my assistant to send you your login for school. A week from that day, I call you back into my office and I sit down with you. I tell you to go through, look at your life for the next 6 months and plan how you're going to finish your modules, right? So go through the course, look over it, see what it takes. If it's module 1, 2, and 3 or ABC or whatever, and you put it on your calendar. When you come in with me, I'm going to link it on my calendar. So then now I'm checking on you because I want to know that you are getting through these modules because I'm investing in you. So if you're not going to do what it takes, then I don't want to waste my time because that's the one thing I can't get back is my time. I can get a lot of things back, but my time is not. And so if you have the discipline up front to book your schedule and say this is what I'm gonna, and I let you do it. I don't give it to you because it's your 6 months. You can do it however fast or slow you want, but as long as you get it done because there are no extensions, right?
Right.
So I put it on my calendar. So then now I'm checking on you and I'm listening to you. So when we call, I set the expectation that you're going to tell me that you're done with that module because that's what you said. You made that plan, right? And if not, then you're showing me up front how you're going to be as a realtor. So you have to develop those great habits up front. And I learned this backwards from doing it the wrong way. So if I you up front with the right way, then it's going to make your transition into this business a lot smoother. So 6 months is the answer, but it's
Okay.
on you, all
Well,
on
good for
you.
you. Because you can go from anywhere from, y'all heard it, 2 weeks to 6 months. Like, let's get it. So before I let you go, I got one more thing. You have
Sure.
this saying, and I know the story, but the people that's watching don't. And you always say, "Don't miss the bus." I'm trying to tell the people don't miss the bus. Can you help us out here? Can you tell them something?
Yes, don't miss the bus. I'm so sad y'all cannot see me. I gotta get this fixed. Okay, so don't miss the bus came from my best friend Julius Stearns, who was in real estate for over 45 years. He passed away of cancer last year and broke my heart. But me and him used to share an office together from day one since I got to the Keller Williams office years and years ago. And so we used to shoot these funny videos. And for the life of me, I've only rode a bus once in my life and got totally lost. So I don't know how, like, what made me say don't miss the bus, besides the fact that I started looking at the difference between like me and other people because I went to college when I first graduated, but I didn't get my degree, like, right, graduate high school and get your degree in the 4 years. I didn't get my degree until I was like in my 30s, right? And so I remember I graduated from Texas A&M in commerce. And I remember being here with all these students and I started looking around in my circle and I'm like, me as a minority woman, I'm educated, I'm smart, I'm this, I'm that. What is the difference? Like, why are these other cultures like so far ahead of us? And I figured out that it was home ownership. Like they own homes and we don't. I'm like, look, we can't miss the bus. Like, so I would shoot these funny videos of me running out the bus and best friend would film it. And I'm running with my heels and whatever, just trying to, catch the bus. And then I would stop and I would talk about real estate, right? So it came from me wanting to educate people on the importance of home ownership and owning real estate and building your wealth by way of real estate estate. I know that there's a lot of investments you can do. It's a gazillion. But real estate, when I look at people who buy houses and they come back to me, depending on the market, not even 2 years later, and you're walking away with $100,000, $150,000, like what investments can you do that's going to get you that kind of money? So let's build our web by way of real estate. Don't miss the bus. Don't miss your opportunity to build your wealth by way of real estate. That's simply what don't miss the bus means.
That's it. That's it. Don't
That's
miss
it.
the bus, y'all. So, if you guys want to take advantage of the school that Keller Williams has, along with the mentorship of Miss LaKisha McGee out there in Dallas Fort Worth, but it don't matter where you at. Text KW School to 817-475-1055. All right. Thank you so much for coming on and dropping some knowledge and some gems and getting these people motivated to take their real estate, because you can't be an apartment locator without your real estate license. So you got to get on it.
There you go. And I got it. Don't miss the bus. Thank you so much for the
Don't miss the
opportunity, Miss
bus.
Angela.
You're
I look
welcome.
forward to learning so much more for you. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
You too. I'm staying on.
Okay. All right, guys. That was LaKisha McGee from Dallas Fort Worth, guys. Don't miss the bus. I can't even explain to y'all how important it is that y'all take advantage of that school. Somebody that's willing to help you pass the test. You guys can use Prep Agent to prepare for the test, because I'm getting ready to bring somebody on. It's going to be our last speaker. We're getting ready to have our special guest come on, but our last speaker, he gonna put you on some game how you can make some more money. I'm going to play a video from one of our other sponsors, and then I'll bring our other speaker. All right, this one didn't have any sound, but guys, if you are interested in learning more about the luxury rental car business, or having your Airbnb clients or short-term rental clients have a luxury rental car, you can email info@deluxelifestylegroup.com for more information. And now we're getting ready to bring up my girl Cynthia Gary, our special guest for tonight. Uh, Hold on 1 second. Let me get us together, dear. All right, there we go.
Hey,
Can you hear me?
hey.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. So I know it's Saturday, and I'm not gonna take up too much of your time. It's a real pleasure having you on tonight, and hopefully you'll be back to join us. I kind of
Definitely.
want to jump into it because we got about 20 minutes left, and I want you to be able to tell the audience as much as you can. Can you tell me on average how many real estate agents, I mean, how many clients you refer to real estate agents or other CROs? How many times do people bring you clients that can't buy because of credit?
It's really almost daily. I would say on average, like at least 10 to 15 realtors coming every week saying, like, do you have any quick programs or turnaround programs that you can help with? Just having buyers that's unqualified because of low credit score or bad credit or things that's on their profile that they need to have removed.
Mhm. Okay, so every day, can you give us like a number? Because I'm trying to see something here. Like, I would probably
I
like
would say
maybe
if
two or
I had a
three.
number, I would definitely say at least like 10 to 15 realtors every week, coming to me
What?
with having at least one or two clients that was not able to continue in the home buying process due to bad credit.
Do you feel like real estate agents are leaving money on the table by not offering credit repair in their business?
Well, definitely, because you getting commission on the sale of a house, and then you're having to turn away clients that actually is interested in you being their realtor and helping them buy a home, but unfortunately their credit is not up to par. So you're having to turn that client away to someone else, let them work on their credit, and then even run the risk of them not coming back to you to get the house
Right.
if they're not obligated.
Right. So I'm going to give a disclaimer here. I know that anybody can start a credit repair business, but as a licensed agent, you need to make sure that you're in compliance with TREC or whoever is your state board, and make sure your broker is on point, know what's going on. You want to make sure you cross your I, dot your I's and cross your T's. So,
Definitely.
can you tell us about this program that you have where you help other people start up credit repair companies? Because I think it's something that real estate agents should look into for another additional stream.
Yeah, definitely. So I have a 6-week online credit repair program, and I also list the states that require surety bonds and insurances and licenses. So, no matter what state you're in, I help people all over the United States with starting their own credit repair business in only 6 weeks. So you don't have to have any experience. You're learning how to read reports, how to fix credit, how to be in compliance, how to structure your business to make sure, you're following those laws as you stated, and being able to start and launch your own credit repair business in just 6 weeks.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for giving us this helpful information, guys. I'm going to pin Cynthia's information to the end of the broadcast. So if you guys want to reach out to her and want to start your own credit repair business for your clients, then I suggest that you take full advantage of it because, like she said, you're leaving money on the table. All
Yeah,
right.
especially, sending them to somebody else when you could just do it yourself.
Right, right. All right. Thank you so much, Cynthia, for coming on. And again, I look forward to having you back.
No problem. Thanks for having me on.
You're welcome. All right, guys. I'm gonna play another video from our sponsor, and then we're gonna bring on our last guest. Okay. 1 second.
So, building a business can be expensive and confusing, especially when you have the wrong information, right? I was where you once were, right? I was spending thousands of dollars on programs trying to learn about Airbnb, literally day in and day out. I was on YouTube and Google buying all these courses, and I had people tell me the wrong way on how to do it. Well, I finally figured it out, y'all. In less than a year, I've been able to grow my Airbnb business to over 40 doors and make over 7 figures in this industry and retire from my 6-figure nursing career. I want to help you, right? Wouldn't it be nice to have somebody on call, direct access to them to give you that blueprint? That's what I'm doing. I have my mentorship program designed to give you the blueprint to make sure you don't experience all the pitfalls that I experienced along the way, right? This is not a get-rich-quick scheme, okay? I'm gonna put you to work. There's gonna be a lot of hard work involved, right? If you're afraid of rejection, you don't have the confidence, don't call me. If you think you're gonna get rich next week, I can't help you. This is a business that you have to be serious about, and you gotta be willing to put the work in. If you're ready to take your business to the next level, I'm your girl. Make sure you get into my mentorship program.
All right, guys. That was our multiple streams queen. I played it twice so y'all don't miss the bus. Y'all heard me? So another sponsor that we had, we were having some issues with the video, but I definitely want to give them a shout out. It's called Viral Vanish, and they are a preferred disinfectant and fogging service provider. So they go in and they disinfect and clean um, your short-term rentals or your business in Airbnb. So, all right, guys, we winded down to the end of this thing. So I want to bring up our last speaker. He is with EXP, and he is my brother, J.R. Alexandre.
Good evening, everyone. How you guys doing? Angela, it's a pleasure and honor to be on this virtual stage with you, and also Pierre. It's not even been a year since I invested in the course, and I became really good friends. And with Angela, like we talk almost every other day, and we have some really exciting things that are coming soon for everyone in this space. So I just want to be quick and kind of give you guys some juice. They poured into me, Pierre and Angela, so I brought some gifts, and I'll share some of them at the end with everybody. So I need y'all to grab y'all pen and paper because it's about to get real hot. So I'm gonna go quick, but I need you guys to grab your pens and papers.
Grab
So,
your pen and your paper because you mean that.
so
First, I want to thank you for coming in. I'm just let you have the floor because I know you're gonna come in hot. Just take it. Just take it.
I'm gonna share some slides real quick. Okay.
Okay. Are you able to?
Yeah. Let me see if it lets me.
Okay.
Let me see if it lets me share this screen. But let me see my slides. I'm about to upload them right now, guys. So, first of all, I've been a realtor for about 9 years, and I noticed some things when I first started my career. Um, I started out with leases because leases were the easiest and fastest paying commissions that you can make as a realtor. I do a lot of like single family home, like private landlord leases. And by accident, I was in my MLS and I found out that you could rent apartments. So it got me really curious. So when I invested in Pierre's course, I noticed that he gave a database. He told us about smart apartment data, and smart apartment data was a game changer because it opened up so much inventory for me. And I realized that you had a certain client avatar. In my market in South Florida, you have people that have a yacht, but they're renting an apartment, and the apartment will be like $3,000. So I noticed that there was an opportunity there for me to capitalize on those high net worth and high end clients. And South Florida has been very transient the last couple of years, especially with the COVID and remote work. So you have people from California, Texas, New York, New Jersey, moving down here. So a lot of them, I call them, they're one and dones. So what happens is you end up finding out they're just trying to sample the areas that they're going to live in, and then they're going to probably purchase the next year. So us on a locating space, we're able to actually, if you have the right conversation, you can convince them to actually purchase with you. So most realtors don't know about a lot of the portfolio products. These are like unique products that lenders have. So I started doing research, and through the course that Pierre gave, which is literally the truth, I found like I'm closing a deal next month. For example, this client of mine, she is in a luxury high rise and she bought new construction. Pierre said that in the course, and that's exactly what happened. Typically, you're gonna find people in these new high rises. They're gonna only buy a brand new house or maybe a resale that's maybe at least 5 years old. So it got me thinking. So I was able to find like other programs for people like that. My client, she just happens to be a pharmacist, which is a doctor. So I have a loan that I found out that's 100% up to $1 million. I found this out after she bought the house, but I want to share that information with you guys because that's a game changer. I also found out that there's a jumbo VA loan, and a lot of people that, again, they're coming from an apartment to a brand new construction home. They're veterans. There's a jumbo VA loan that I found out about as well. And then you also have other programs like Divvy, Home Partners, and other things like that that are open to, for people that are in that transition. So the first step is you need to have a consultation, because us as locators and people that deal with leases, you have a competitive advantage before they even speak to a lender, because for the most part, you can run their credit, their financials, because you can ask them, for, their first, last, and security and things like that. If they have it, if they're comfortable paying it. So you're able to like get all that information up front. Now you as the advisor and consultant, you can now figure out there's down payment assistance that's available. So down payment assistance is a game changer, because in my market, you have certain cities that can give up to $100,000 for a first-time home buyer. So now you go from possibly staying in an apartment to now you can buy and actually get money back at closing. That's happened to some clients. So, it's all about the information and the conversations. But, we're the first step in the process because, a lot of people still think you need 20% down. They don't know that there are all these programs that are available to them. So I'm going to share some of these resources with you once I upload this. Just give me 1 second, Angela. Does anybody?
Okay, if it don't upload, we'll just probably come back for a part three,
Yes, yes, yes.
digging deep on that. So while you try to do that, let me ask you this. Uh, what's your take on leases versus sales, and why should locators go from leasing and take those clients and make them buyers, and how easy is that process?
Well, here's the thing, with leases, with the market shift, you're gonna have like, more consistency and cash flow. It's the easiest cash flow that you're gonna get. You can literally, I think, just me personally, I think you can make at least $500 a day because there's so many people that are gonna be leasing. And I have the mindset because my mindset is different than a lot of locators. A lot of locators, they're only going for the high commissions. I don't, because I believe in relationships first over revenue, because I don't know who they know. Their networks can be huge. So now I have the data. I have all the information, and I'm going to share that with you guys also. If you guys follow me or email me, I'll send you this information
I'm
where
gonna
you can.
put JR's contact information in too, so you guys can make sure you follow him across all those social media platforms, because he really is the truth. And we got some things coming this year, like he said, that's gonna change the game. So I'm just excited about it. I want to ask you this: how important is it that agents do both? Should agents sell and do leases? Because I only do leases.
I mean, definitely, because there's a lot of people you probably could have converted to buyers. You just didn't know that the programs were available. And this a lot of these lenders, like Mark Williams, he's one of my favorite lenders that I work with here in South Florida. His program's in all 50 states. So a lot of people don't know that this Bank of America program works in really good markets. Like here in South Florida, for example, that's one of the programs that we have. You can live in like a high rise, like on the water, but people think that it's just for certain areas. They don't know the information.
Right.
So there's a lender here that specializes in that program. I have a program for people like us that are self-employed, where you only need to put 25% down, but there's no credit score requirement. I have programs. There's communities here that have no credit check and no credit verification and no income verification and things like that. You just have to put the down payment, but people don't know that. So, you as the expert, now you have hidden opportunities to get more income, because I do both. Because here's the thing. In my 9 years, I've realized the people that are my leasing clients, they're the best referral sources ever, even better than my listing clients and my buyer clients. Why? Because they know, especially when they need to move quick. Like this Monday, for example. Oh, I got to tell you guys this one. A lot of times in
Lay it
Florida,
on me.
a lot of times you have to like, it's not like Texas. Texas, you can actually work remotely. Like you can actually do this job from home. In Florida, you have to escort, which means you have to like accompany the person. You have to tour with them. It's kind of like new construction, right? So they mirror each other. Like it's so crazy. Like apartment locating and new construction sales, it's the same thing, just a bigger paycheck. So it's the same process, different product. So you want to be a part of it, and we're going to share some of those databases and different resources on where you can get that information.
Now, I see someone asked a very good question. What about the ones that are starting out locating and don't know the buying and selling part? And I think that is a very important question, because that is the exact reason why I got into locating. So I went to show a house, and then they was like, "Hey, I want to make an offer," and I'm looking around calling a broker and stuff, trying to figure out how to write an offer, and it never happened. So I knew that night that I wanted to look into apartment locating, because I selling just wasn't for me at the time. Now going forward, I'm going to definitely be doing some sales. Hopefully, commercial apartments. Some of my elite clients, hopefully, they buy an apartment complex this year. But what do you suggest? I would suggest them making sure they have a broker that knows both leasing and selling. Right? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, well, here's the thing. That's exactly why I said, like, if you're a new agent, like the two easiest ways to make money are new construction and like doing apartment locating. You don't even have to write the contract. They do all the work. All you have to do is bring the client. That's the easiest money. And you're talking about, in my market, some places pay like 10% commissions. Just for you bringing that client to the office, they do all the work. That's the easiest money you can ever make. And again, if you ask the right questions, if you ask the right questions, you can get possibly both. One of my coaches, he specializes in luxury new construction, right? One of the students in the course, he had a leasing client that was like, I think either $4,000 or $7,000. He said, "Hey, let me show you what you can get as a purchase. Are you open minded to seeing what your options are?" She said yes. She came out of New York, right? So she leased the property and bought a property at the same time because he asked the right questions.
Right.
So, when you're getting these people, like they have money. A lot of them, I have clients right now. I have a client, they pay like $10,000 a month, right? They have a yacht, they stay on the water in Golden Beach, right? But they're waiting. They sold their house 2 years ago. They're just waiting for the right time to buy. So you have a ton of people. They just need the right information to purchase. So if you can like be the expert that brings this, knowledge to them, you're gonna win.
I'm glad
And
you
and
said
again,
that because you got to ask questions, especially if you don't know the answer. I had spoke with one of my friends from high school, probably maybe about a month ago, and I was just like, was talking about he wanted to cut hair and all this stuff, and I'm like, well, go to school and cut hair, and then he was going on, and then he finally said, well, I don't have a high school diploma. Sometimes you just have to tell people what your weakness is so that somebody can tell you how to fix it. So I was able to tell him about an online school where he could get his GED and then go to barber school. So you just got to connect with the right people, the people that's going to give you good information and want to see you do good, because anybody can do it. If I can do it, let me tell you, I don't know if you guys watched that first YouTube video, but that first YouTube video, not even a foot away was the door to the 1-bedroom apartment that I was staying in with my children when we were sleeping on air mattresses. And I had just did that $19,000 deal. And from March of last year until now, I did 250,000, a little over that, in apartment locating. So, guys, we're giving you the school, we're telling you how you can pass, and we're giving you something that you can do, because not everybody can sell a house, and this is probably the most easiest way that you can make money in real estate is just doing apartment locating. So you got to ask questions. A lot of people think they can't talk to me. Then they call my phone and I'm on there just chopping it up with them. I'm not that person. If you need me, call me. You got a question, ask. I'm gonna try to help you to the best that I can.
yeah, I'm trying to upload this, so hopefully it shows. But either way, I'll just email. We'll just email it to the people that just requested, and I'll put my email in the chat so they can. Okay, here it goes.
Okay, you got it. Let me add it to the. Can you add it, or do I need to add it?
I think you have to add it because you're the admin.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, I'm gonna just be real, y'all. Like, it was tough last year for me. I had a lot of stuff going on in my life. I had to make some sacrifices, right? So this is one of the realest statements. This is when I got into the course. It's like, it's not lack of resources, it's lack of resourcefulness. And that was the truth. And I was like, let me go back to the basics. Like, what was the thing that was successful for me when I first started? This person right here, this was a person that I told to do leases, right? I used to work for a company, and I told him, like, hey, do these leases, right? I'm like, you can convert them to a buyer. He ended up selling a $1.7 million property to somebody. And I was like, man, I'm telling this man all this information. If he can do it, I can do it. That's where I started. But I got caught up in another, I was trying to sell my way to like just only sales exclusively. And I forgot about the foundation. So any new agent that I mentor, I'm like, hey, you gotta have the drip in your business. It's that dollar store, consistent income all the time. Like, we're running a business. You're not running a boutique. You can't only go off of sales because your pipeline might dry up. What if your deals fall apart? Then what? You still got to pay. You got overhead. And this is one of the most important things right here, that this chart is a game changer, because a lot of people, they're on the fence. So you just have to have the information to convince them either way. Like, hey, 57% of the people, they consider renting, but something took them over the top. So you just got to be the one to convince them over the top, and you got to give them the reasons. And these are some of the creative financing options that you have to look at, because if someone doesn't have good credit, guess what? You can still buy a house because you got owner financing. You just got to put a deposit. They don't care about your credit as long as you, as long as you have the down payment. they're good. You can even do a lease purchase, which means you rent for 1 year and buy within 1 or 2 years, and then you have a bunch of 100% financing options. And then there's a program called Closing the Gap. These are rent to own programs. Some of these programs you can have a 550, as long as you make at least 50,000, you could buy a house. So people don't know these programs exist. So these are things that you can get like a ton of sales from. So you can go from like a 1,200 commission to like a $15,000 sale. So there's a ton of like hidden income that you can make, but you don't know the programs. So here's the one I was telling you about. We're self-employed. Look at the first thing: no score or 580, and at least 10% down, and the loan goes up to $3 million. So there's options out there. And this is a lender. This is one of my favorite lenders. He has so many different portfolio programs. This one is the one for the medical professions. Like you're talking like 5% down up to 1.5 million. This is a huge thing because a lot of medical professionals, they make the income, but they have so much debt, and sometimes their credit is bad. So that affects them in being able to purchase. But now this program is a game changer, and this works for all 50 states. This is the one that I was telling you about, where you have the no max for the VA loan. So basically like a jumbo VA loan. So again, you can convince a lot of these people that might be thinking about renting to buy as a VA buyer, because now you know that there's a program where there's no max loan amount. This program I'm showing you because it's in my market, but I'm highlighting this one part. There's no sales price cap. This is another one here. This is the one that I told you about. They had 4.5% interest rate, right? 25 to 40% down, no credit verification, no income verification. But you had to have the 20 to 40% down. And look at the purchase price, $4.9 million. So, they know. I realized a lot of people who are self-employed and entrepreneurs, they have a lot of tax issues and sometimes financial issues, but they don't report enough to get a traditional loan, or they're international. In our market, Texas, Florida and other places, you have a lot of international people. So these are programs for these, foreign nationals also. This is one of my lead programs that I highly recommend to new agents. This is a lead for one of my new agents that I'm mentoring, right? He just got this lead last week. Actually, this week, he got it like Wednesday or Thursday, right? I'm putting this for a reason. This person, basically, I'm selling my house and will need the rent for a year to purchase another one. So this is like low-hanging fruit from a rental. They don't even have to cold call. They don't got a door knock. This is a free listing from a rental lead, right? So, and they're looking to move quick so he can get paid in 2 weeks. And this person's going to have money because they're about to sell their house. So they might get a good rental. And here's my information, guys. Like I said, I got some gifts for you. I'm able to get you 20% off on rental fees. My luxury new construction coach, he's given 600 off his course. With that code, JR600, I'll give you the link if you want it. You got my info. The coach, my mentor, Chris Smith, who's taught me how to have these conversations, how to convert buyers, renters into buyers. He has a course as well, and I'm able to get 50% off for this. And he's one of the top sales and marketing coaches in the industry. So I'm able to get you guys all this juice. I told him, I'm like, look, I want to help people. I want to make a difference in the industry. These are the things that changed my life. And, it's a blessing. My mentor allowed me to use his office tonight. So I'm grateful. He's watching now. Jeff Corrigan, I'm giving you a big shout out. Big bro, thank you again. A matter of fact, I'm going to tell you, it's funny. That's what I wanted to do in his office, right? Jeff, he has an agent that he's working with, right? I couldn't help the person, right? I'm like, hey, you got to get into this apartment locating niche, right? I literally gave him a $3,000 commission because I'm like, Jeff's poured into me so much. I don't have the time. I'm like, I want him to see this works. All he had to do was walk in with the person. He got a $3,000 commission. That's the easiest money he ever made as an agent.
I'm going to tell you, once them leads start coming in, you just start throwing them out. I do it in the membership that I have all the time with the other agents, and you're in there, so you see it. So I have a lead. Hey, anybody want it? Sometimes they have a budget of $2,000, so that's a free $2,000 leads. So I mean, the leads come, and it's good that you gave them to them. I hope that it multiplied back for you.
Yeah, you got to pay it forward. Jeff's pointing to me, and it's just like you and Pierre and others in the group. Like, you guys, if you're not in this group, I mean, we give so much juice. We're always helpful. That's the thing I like about the culture. That's why, like you said, I was able to reach out to Angela. I was like, look, I'm not gonna lie, Angela, she put up some numbers. Like, she made like 100K in 60 days. I was like, yo, that's crazy.
That was crazy.
Apartments. I'm
Mhm.
like, guys, it's different. So you guys have to like change your mindset and stop like thinking, hey, if the commission is 250, maybe they might be a buyer, and I didn't know, but I didn't ask the right questions. So that's Jeff showing some love right there. But thank you again, guys, for your time. I'm not gonna hold you. I know Saturday night, but we thank you again for watching. And if anyone has any questions, hit me up. You guys got my info.
All right. Thank you so much, JR, for coming on. And, we're going to do part three, because, we got some other stuff down the
Yeah,
pipeline that we
it's
going
coming,
to
y'all.
talk about. So I can't wait till we do part three. I'm going to let you go and enjoy your Saturday. And again, thank you for coming on. I love you, my brother. You know that. So have a good night.
Thank you again for the opportunity, guys.
You're welcome.
All right. Have a good night.
You too. All right, guys. So that's gonna wrap up tonight. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the links inside of the downloaded video, so you can get all the resources that are available to you. Tonight we heard from Pierre Megie, apartment locator mentor. Elizabeth Hooper, she is a graphic design expert. LaKisha McGee, she's going to help you at Keller Williams School of Real Estate, or school, whatever they call it, Keller Williams KW School. She's going to help you. We talked with Cynthia Gary, a credit repair expert, to try to give you an additional stream of income, create a credit repair business so you can help your real estate clients. And then last but not least, JR, represent EXP, came through and gave us some really good gems. So I hope you guys got something out of tonight. It's super easy to get started. Apartment locating definitely is the way to go if you're not selling. If you have your real estate license now and you're not doing anything, you definitely need to get into apartment locating, because my first deal I did 19,000 and it was just up from there. So I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and enjoy y'all night. Thank you guys for showing up, interacting with us, and until next time, guys.